Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Cosmic Insight. I am your co-creator, Hillis Pugh, and yet again, my lovely co-creatrix, Miss Rebecka Gregory, is out again for another week. Not feeling well, but I just received a message saying that she should be back next week and she can tell you her story because I got a little bit of insight to her and what's moving through her with all these brilliant and wonderful energies that are emerging on the planet right now. So, welcome to Friday. But before we get into tonight's topic, a couple of announcements to make here for you. Thank you, everyone who has donated their time, energy, and heart centered monetary donations to the show to help keep the show going and to keep it moving in an expansion in the ascended direction. So, thank you so much for that. And if you feel moved to donate as well, you can also click on the link in the comments below. You can donate to the show. And also, I want to let you know that I am having have my light body activation as well as what am I doing in 2 weeks? Oh, I am doing a live psychic reading and energy healing event. You can sign up for that. Also, comments in the link below. So donations, everything is in the message below. But want to move on and say amazing thank yous to Indigo, Mother Messages, everyone who is showing up today, and Batman. I'm not sure who Batman is. I think you're a new one. So thank you and welcome to the show. But just taking a minute here because Rebecka did send a message. Just wanted to, yeah, she says she'll be back next week. So, you know, as I was preparing for tonight, I really didn't have a set topic in mind. And so if there's something that you guys wish for me to talk about, please let me know. Um, and so feel free to put in the comments what it is you wish for me to talk about. But I kind of want to pick up where I left off last week. And so those who watched last week, and you can always go back and watch the replay from last week where I was talking about attachment and Master Buddha's teaching of attachment and how that energy of suffering and how that energy has affected us and really allowing the energies of where we are and what we're moving to and through as we connect to the energy of 4D as the earth energy is moving into that, and so we should follow. And so with that, I lead in with this energy of really us understanding where we are on the planet, where we are and what we're doing and how we're moving through this energy. And so then there are some of us who are physically ill. There are some of us who are energetically ill. There are some of us who are moving through this energy. And so it is in the space of us relinquishing, releasing, surrendering the process of getting well, of getting better. And that is because as we are collectively, and these are the ones we have to really thank because they are people that I know personally, aside from Rebecka, aside from one of our other guests, Anastasia, and a few other people who is moving through this energy for the collective. And it is, and myself included, where we are moving through or connecting to fourth dimensional or fourth density energy. And this is because it's time. It's time for us to ascend into this space. And as we move through this level of ascension into 4D, fourth dimensional, fourth density energy, we still have a lot of the collective that is in third density. Why? Because this is their choice. And so I just want everyone to understand that as we move through this energy, it is everyone's choice to do so. It is everyone's choice to move at the rate, at the speed, at the desire of their heart. And sometimes some of us have not had that choice to really move through what we need to move through. Sometimes those in the forefront sometimes get pushed into these next phases. And we wouldn't be pushed unless we weren't ready. And so I just want to take a step back for us to really understand what's going on. And so as we are in third density energy, and as we are moving through these shifts, as we are moving through these energetic spaces of third density, because you have to understand, the density, the literal gravity of what it is that we feel is heavy. It weighs us down like lead. It weighs us down like some precious metals. And so when you feel that weight and you walk through life with this extra weight, you tend to not notice it. You tend not to feel that you have multiple layers of clothes on. It's basically walking in winter versus walking in summer. Me growing up in Chicago and living in New York for a period of time, in the winter months, you are just used to the access, you're used to the layers to keep yourself protected, to keep yourself warm, to keep yourself humbled in that space. You're just so used to it, and you become accustomed to it, and you don't really notice it because that's just the way of life. That's just how things are. And that's the excuse that we use to say that this is just how it is. This is how we have to move through this season or this energy to survive that. And so now, as we slowly transition into summer, to which is the 4D energy, things become lighter, more at ease, because we begin to shed off the layers. Because when March comes around, and if anyone knows that living in Chicago or in northern climate or in the South, more of a southern, no, yeah, still northern climate, to where you begin to shed the layers. And when it hits 50 degrees, you bust outside wearing shorts, and it's like, oh yes, freedom. And so it's this level of freedom that is had because you simply allow yourself to have that freedom, to have the excess layers taken off, to be able to have that flexibility of expression, that flexibility to have the sun bathe you, to feel the warmth of the wind kiss your skin, to have all these things, that we are just moving through and moving towards, and to have it. And so this is a cycle. But just imagine if this was, every once in a lifetime cycle, which it is that we're in right now. And so I'm glad for you, Mother of Messages and Indigo, and everyone, that you guys are resonating with us, that you are feeling this energy. And so as we are still, majority of us in this 3D energy, that there's this density. And so when you move or shift between fourth and third density, as we shift between these energy centers, there's this feeling of stickiness, there's feeling like yuckiness, this ickiness that we are a part of, that we are connected with. And so, as you put one foot in 4D and then you put one foot out because you're not quite sure. You're not quite sure what to expect. And so then as you go back into 3D, you trying to understand or comprehend the level of dis-ease or discomfort of being in this space that you're in. So, you go through every day, the normal 9 to 5, the normal routines of life, because that's what we're used to, that's what we're accustomed to. And what 4D is asking us to do is to step into the uncomfortable, step into the unknown. Not saying it's going to bring discomfort or disease, but it's just something different, and it's this level of difference that is a joy, that this level of unexpectedness brings us into this union of divinity. And it is in this union of divinity that the true expression of who we are is met. Because, as we're moving, between 3D and 4D, 3D and 4D, 3D and 4D, for the majority of the planet, that's where we still are. And not a lot of people are discussing this because people want to hurry up and shoot into 5D like a rocket, but it's not that simple. It takes humans, 25 years to mature, to fully develop. And so just imagine if it takes you as a human 25 years to fully develop. Just imagine how long it could possibly take before we fully enter into this new space of unconditional love. And along the way, like anything else, there's going to be growing pains. There's going to be times where it's going to be uncomfortable. There's going to be times where it's going to be feeling, terrible, where there's going to be all these moments of illness and shedding and letting go and, unexpected things just happening, out of the clear blue sky. But when these unexpected things happen, and this is important, I want you guys to hear this. When unexpected things happen, sometimes it's not really unexpected. It's really you asked for something, and then it's coming back around into your awareness. It is coming back into that energy of, is this what I really asked for? Is this what I really want for myself? Is this, why is this relationship ending when I didn't want it to really end? Or why am I losing this job that I, don't want to lose, but really didn't want? And so sometimes when you are in the space of having unexpected things happen, it's the universe playing catch up with you. It's the universe saying, hey, remember when you asked for this? Hey, remember when you asked for that? Hey, remember when? And so it's just playing catch up. So it is now in the space of, as we shift from 3D into 4D, the universe is now playing catch up with you, playing catch up with your soul, playing catch up with your energy. And it's clearing away the decks. It's clearing away what no longer serves you. It's clearing away all the things that you mentally and energetically are truly uncomfortable with, that is causing you this discomfort and dis-ease. It's really clearing away everything that is like you're done with. Essentially, it's in that space, in that vein of energy of like, I'm done with this. It no longer serves me. Where did it go? It's all of this stuff. So things are happening in a much faster space and pace and energy because essentially we are on some energetic level done. And it is in this energetic level, this energetic space, that we are in alignment with, that we are resonating with, that we are connected with. And so when these unexpected things happen, let them happen. Don't fight it, because that's just going to cause more pain and more suffering, which goes back to what I talked about last week, with the Ascended Master Buddha about, though we may be attached to something, the true pain and suffering is through the attachment of it. And so why would we want to continue to create more pain and more suffering through the attachment of what it is that we choose not to have? Because of scarcity, because of the lack mindset, because of all of this other stuff that's happening? Yeah, because that's how we've been taught in a three-dimensional space. We've been taught so long throughout your life, especially people who are, in my generation or older. We've been taught so much, we've been programmed so much that we have to have this or we have to have that, and it has to be this or it has to be that way. And all these old ways of us living are dying away. There's, no one thing that really supports another anymore. There's no one true belief that sustains another anymore. And it is this sustaining of these beliefs that has kept everything moving. But now, with the younger energy, the younger vibration, the younger energy that is infectious, if you will, and it is in this energy where the old belief systems no longer have that support. And sometimes we have to give way to that energy, yet still be the master teachers for those that come after. Because the master teachers before us, before me, before anyone else, they had a belief system, they had a way of teaching, and that served the world for when it did in this third density space. And so now, as the third density space is falling away, it's falling away, it's falling away, it's going away, it is now time for something even better to take its place. It's often one of my thoughts and practices that when we lose something, material object, or lose a job or lose a home, whether it be our doing or not, when something is lost, I often ask for something better to replace it. And that has happened majority of the time in my life. And so when something is lost and something is set free, you have to then ask or command, rather, for something better to fulfill its space, to take over. And it is in that energy, that vein, where we give that energy permission to come in. I just want to take a moment here to express the reason why I use the word command. Because we are masters, and this was pointed out to me. And it took a moment to really get and understand why the phrasing was so important of this. And so when they created the Lord's Prayer, when they created, when Yeshua or Jesus, when they gave permission to create the Lord's Prayer. And I'm trying to remember, maybe I can Google it really quick because I want to read it verbatim. When I used to go to Catholic school, I used to know the Lord's Prayer by heart. And so when you forget, or when you haven't gone to school, and there's certain things that you forget. And just want to take this time to say hello to those who just joined us. Bright Light, Lisa, everyone, thank you so much for joining us. And I just want to take this time to find a version that I can actually read online and not download. So just give me a moment here, people. Because this is important, and it wouldn't have come up unless it was. The reason why the word command is so important and us and what we do as masters. And so this is oh wait. I am This is interesting. So the Lord's Prayer is Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us, this is the important part that I wanted to share with you guys. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. And so the important part of this is where in the Lord's Prayer, where it says, give us this day. Because we, in that space, we are not asking. We are not asking for anything. We are commanding. We are commanding for this energy of Yeshua, Jesus, and all the masters to give us what we are asking for. Command them. And so this is where it gets a little tricky, because in some religions they say, oh no, you have to ask, you have to ask, you have to ask. But if you do ask in a commanding way. Ask in a way that it has already been brought to you. Because in the Lord's Prayer it says, give us. Give us what? Give me this. I am commanding this. And that's the way of a master, because the master commands the energy. And the master is also yielding to the energy. So a master is always a master teacher. So I just wanted to express that as we are still in this 3D energy. And as we, slowly ascend into this 4D energy, it is in that energy of commanding and asking what it is that we are wanting in this space. And yes, we can play nice with the energy and say, oh, I so wish to have this. Oh, I so wish to have that. Oh, this is what is coming to me. We can step into the spiritual law of the law of vibration. We can step into that to allow the energy to give it to you. And as long as you are in what some people say, and even I say, in vibrational alignment of that frequency, then yes, it'll be brought to you. But just moments ago, as I was expressing that, when we are now moving into this 4D energy, there were some things that was expressed in 3D energy that may have been forgotten and show up unexpectedly. And it is this level of this level of unexpectedness where the magic happens, because all the old fall away, all the karmic debts, all the contracts, nothing of that energy can survive in 4D energy. Because as the contracts fall, as the karmic debt falls, as all that energy falls away, you pretty much walk into 4D with a clean slate. Yes, a clean slate. And so as you guys are understanding this, as we're moving through this energy, I want you guys to see if there's any questions. I want to know if there's any questions that you guys have, because this is important for us to truly understand, to truly know, to comprehend as we are evolving on a physical level, as we are evolving on a mental space, as we are evolving on an energetic level. And in every space-time energy, we are evolving in that. And as we evolve in that, we then allow ourselves to surrender. Surrender to the surprises that show up for you in this 3D and 4D space. And you got to go through that before you can get to 5D, because, when you're in 5D, all is like bliss. And so, I know some of us here who are watching straddle between 4 and 5D. There are others who are straddling between 3D and 4D. But the commonality here is 4D, which is important because the earth itself, Mother herself, is in 4D. And she is vibrating at a frequency that we're all adjusting to, which is part of the reason why some of us aren't feeling our best or feeling well, or maybe even feel disconnected at times, because we don't know what it is to do, or we don't have this energy to connect to that frequency that she is emitting. And so it is in that vein of us really having to recalibrate, because also what's happening as we move into this energy is a recalibration. It is beautiful to witness, to feel, to see, to understand. And I can tell you that lately, in the past week, my dreams have been so beautiful and been so vivid, and things happening in my life to where the universe is supporting me. Yeah, and it's daunting at times, because there's times of great uncertainty, of how things are going to happen. But things happen, and yes, mother of messages, faith of a mustard seed. So yeah, I guess we're doing a little bit of church tonight for this Friday night tune-up, and so it's beautiful. And yes, Batman, Thomas is actually, there's a quote in the Gospel of Thomas that I used to quote all the time, and I can't remember what it is, but it's a well-known quote, and I'm sure you know it as well. But it's beautiful, and really understanding the flow of this energy. And maybe I missed something, you guys, because now you guys are talking about Thomas. So I don't know. I'll go back and read the comments later. But it's beautiful in the great unfolding that we're witnessing, that is happening, that's allowing us to release the attachment, to step into the beautiful energies that we're in. And Patty has a question. So Patty, what are we saying here? Some might recognize 4D phase when things go right. The emittent nature related to change over 3D to 4D. So I like that question, Patty. And so, is the intermittent nature related to, yes. So, Patty, to answer your question, is the intermittent nature related to the change over to 3D and 4D? So this really comes down to how in tune someone is, or how aware someone is, or their level of consciousness. So it's like all these layers that play a role in this. But to answer the question, the answer is yes. But like mentioned before, the level of the process really comes from how attached someone is into the third density energy, and how much their routine or their life or all these things that are attached in this very dense layered energy of 3D. And it really is what they choose to allow themselves to become free of. Meaning that if they want to let go of certain ideas or ideologies or recognition or anything that is, or even the old thought or belief or what ego was or what these energies are. And so as we move in this space-time energy, we can really allow for the divinity of the releasing and feeling lighter, all the tethers, all the cords, all these things that doesn't really attach to us, to really move into that new divine space and beauty. And so it is in that vein of energy of like, yes, I understand it now. Yes, I get it. Yes, this is where I'm at. Yes, 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 yes. So it creates this level of excitement, especially when you take command and the universe shows up. The universe shows up to support you. The universe, accelerates the way and how it shows up for you, and letting go and clearing out things in an unexpected way. And this is key because a lot of things have been happening for me in my lowest energies of this past few weeks. But yet everything that happened was such an unexpected way because you just have to allow yourself to move through the energy, move through the flow of that space to really allow like surrender, surrender, and allow the universe to support you. Allow the commanding energy, your mastery, to step in and show you that all is possible. And it's been challenging and it's been daunting and concerning and like, oh, what am I going to do now? What am I going to do? What am I going to do now? And when you say, oh, you know what? There's nothing I can do. There's absolutely nothing I can do at this moment. So I'm just going to go read a book, watch TV, go for a bike ride, go to the gym, take a nap, whatever it is in that moment of allowing the energies to show up. And so, Miss Indigo, for me, most of the time, it feels like surfing. Yes, 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 yes. It is definitely that time of roller coaster rides, as I call them, because it's in that wave of energy. And so, you guys, it is time to ask your spirit questions. So, if you guys have any questions that you like to ask, you can definitely ask, because I can sit here and talk all day. I literally can. There have been times where I've just talk, 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 talk. And so it's up to us. It is up to us to what we want, up to us to step into the mastery of who we are. Because we often, and I'm guilty of this as well, often call the masters, Yeshua and Archangel Michael and Buddha and Merlin and all the great masters and Mary and everyone else and all these masters. But we tend to forget about the internal master. We forget to forget about ourselves, especially us older, much older souls who's incarnated for thousands of years, possibly, thousands upon thousands of years, and being one of these masters who volunteered to be here. Just imagine, how old, some of the ascended masters are who aren't present here. Just imagine how old they are. And so it is in that where we have to accept and assume our mastery, take command and control of our mastery. And so, Miss Indigo, any cosmic insight for me? It's so funny, Indigo, because I saw your comments before I hopped on air tonight. And one thing rang true, or one thing that came in was she needs to work with you. And I know you've been saying that, and I'm not sure what the pause of apprehension is for you, but it's time. It's time for you to shed the fear, not just working with me, but shed the fear of accepting your own mastery in whatever old belief system that you're holding on to that is keeping that part of you disconnected, because there's a disconnect there. And so it's whatever this disconnection is, it's time to let it go. And I feel it's whatever it is from childhood to like teenage years, whatever this is, it's time for you to work with me and to let it go, for it to be finally done, because you've done so much on your own. You've done all this energy on your own, and now it's time for you to uh, get it going. And you know me, I'm ready, and I know you are too. And so it's in that space, or that vein of energy, because you kind of have a head start now, because you did the light body activation with me. So you got a head start, which most of my clients didn't have. So you understand of how the energy works and how we move together in this beautiful space. So yes, that's my insight for you. And Patty, oh yes, it's I need to ground in according to one spirit. Can you add? Okay. So Patty, this is for you and for everyone who's watching. I even had this conversation just yesterday, matter of fact, with someone else, with another being of light, with someone who is doing this energy work. And so, in terms of grounding, there's this old belief and old concept of grounding, where we have to connect to the earth, and we connect to the earth in such a way that is, feeling us connected to that space-time energy, the gravity, the density, the physicalness of the earth, of that planet, of that energy. And so grounding is in a different way in how I see it now. Because most of us work in the ethers, we work up high, we work in the higher space-time dimensional energy. And so as we work in that space, as we are in that space, we have so much fun up there that we forget to bring that energy that's up here down into the body. So just imagine bringing that beautiful energy, that beautiful light down into the body, and then bringing it down into the earth, and then bringing it back up. And so the best way to do this is through meditation. So whatever you do to play up here in the ethers, to connect in that space, do the same thing, and then just bring it down into the body. Because that's where we are right now, in grounding and anchoring the energy into the body, because everything that we do, feel, touch, and see, it begins in the ethers. It begins in our auric field. It begins in our soul first, before we connect to it in our physical body. So if you make the intention to connect it to the physical body, you then can begin to know and understand how to bring it forward in this 3 and 4D reality when you bring it into the body. So you have to allow yourself to bring whatever energy is into the body, connect to that space, live it, love it, and appreciate it. Appreciate that time, appreciate that moment. So yes. So yes. Oh, yes. I love it. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys so much. And Batman, and one reason why I love you, because I am appreciating. I love Batman. Batman is like my favorite superhero character of the whole wide world. on many levels. I can have a whole show about Batman, but I'm not going to do that right now. But Batman says, I am wondering should I stay single? I find commitment difficult. Ooh. You're asking the wrong person on the wrong day for that one, Batman. And so what's coming in is allow yourself to have that freedom and not necessarily stay single, but explore, explore your relationship capacity, explore your sensuality, explore your sexuality, explore and continue to express all these things that are you. And if you continue to do so, you then may find yourself for someone who is in alignment with your same beliefs in the relationship. Having a commitment, but not a commitment. And so just allowing yourself to stay safe, to be comfortable in this space of exploration, because that's what we're moving into, because these old thoughts and paradigms and beliefs around relationships is also dissolving, and how we should interact with one another. That I know a few friends who are of a younger generation, they have this belief in polyamorous relationships. And so I find that fascinating, because, when we are of one soul, of one being, and we have an abundance of unconditional love, and in the old belief system, we direct all that love to, a spouse, to our mate, to our boyfriend, to our girlfriend, to our parents, to whomever. But there's always these different levels of love because we love our parents in a different way than we love our spouse, And so it is in that energy, that vein of how can I give all this person so much love? And how can they be receptive of all this love that I have to give? And I've met some really amazing people who have an abundance of unconditional love. And they question themselves all the time about, I have all this love, but no one is truly receptive of it. So unless you find someone who's truly receptive of the understanding and the true meaning of unconditional love, explore, be you, and do and follow your heart. And if your heart says yes, or if your heart says no, then that's the relationship you have with your heart. It is in that space. So you have to allow that energy. So I am happy that you are honoring that commitment to yourself in the space of exploration. So keep doing that, my friend. Bright Light, I love your name. And welcome to the show. I feel as though I'm ready to connect, but a little nervous. How do I have the proper protection, and is the right time for me to connect? Okay. So I'm going to take it's interesting that some of these questions that are coming up are conversations that I've been having with people this week. And so those who know me, those who follow me on a regular basis, I am going to preface this by underlining, underscoring, emphasizing the word protection. Being of one that's in the middle ground, not old school, but not new school, but I'm like right in the middle. And, when I teach and speak about the energy of gratitude and the symbiotic relationship that it has with the law of vibration, I'm not saying nothing is wrong with protection, because we should have it and we should exercise it when see fit. But when your emphasis is focused on protection from dark energy or dark entities or implants or this or that, or even protection from your own self, from your shadow, what have you. When that emphasis is there, you only invite more of that energy in. So if you are wanting to protect this, and not saying that none of it is, I'm not saying that it's not real, but when you create that intention of protection from whatever, you only invite more of that energy to bombard you, to hurt, harm, or whatever. And so when you put the emphasis in on strength, when you put the emphasis on being comfortable in your light, when you put the emphasis on expressing your light, expanding your light, being strong in your light, being strong in who you are, then nothing can really touch you. And then if there is a need of proper protection, then you ask your soul, your guides, what is it that you need to protect you from X, Y, and Z. For me, sometimes if I do require protection, which is often very minimal, almost no protection is needed for me because of my intention, because of the light that I shine, because of the love that I have. And so if I do, I wear a piece of shungite or have a piece of shungite in my pocket. It's one of the strongest protectors out there, more than obsidian, more than onyx, more than anything else. So if you do, go for shungite, but put the emphasis on your light, put the emphasis on your love, and put the emphasis on who you are, because once that is in place, nothing can touch you. So bright light, I hope that helps, my dear. Uh, Indigo, you are hilarious. So I know what Hillis is going to say. And I hope what I said, Indigo, was what you were envisioning. And so yes, I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys so much. And Lisa, my dear, welcome back. We missed you. I know you guys been busy, but I hope you've been able to watch the replays of the show. And yeah. Oh, and speaking of, Indigo, we have to have you on the show because I know when I was gone in September, you wanted to be on the show, and now I'm here. Rebecca's gone. We have to make this happen. Um, but Lisa, the last few months have been focused on my daughter. I can only focus on my journey again. Um, Lisa, my dear. Hmm. You know, Lisa, I still feel like your energy is kind of all over the place just a little bit. It's I know you said you're refocusing on you, but so you have to ask yourself now, what does refocusing on me look like? Because I feel that you are um straddling between 3D and 4D as well. And maybe hop into 5, but I still feel like you're more on 3D and 4D because of your environment. And it is in this space's reality where it's a bit challenging for you to focus on yourself because you have so much external that you are attending to. And so what I'm hearing for you is a getaway. Like you have to go somewhere and get away. And not necessarily like a weekend getaway, even though that would be really great and amazing, but um, just to get away, even if it's to a local park or if there is a pond or a lake or a river or something near you where there's a body of water, that would really help as well. But what I'm hearing for you is a getaway for you to really move into the space of refocusing on you, refocusing on your energies, refocusing on you, and coming into alignment with where you are. Because everything that happened in the past few months really took you out of your range, out of your area. And so it really depleted you and negated who you are and wanted to be. So you really have to step into that vein of energy to say, hey, I'm here, I matter. Um, but yeah, that just keeps coming in. I just all the time I ask if there's anything else, and I just keep hearing get away, get away, get away, get away. And this may also be in reference to you reevaluating your relationships, personal and professional relationships, and seeing what relationships matter to you the most, and the ones that don't, just let them fall away naturally. Just allow them to evolve from what they need to evolve from and into, because this will assist in serving your highest and best good. And I know you know this, Lisa. I know you know this, and so this is just confirmation for you in allowing your path and journey to move forward. And yes, anything else? Oh, this is, I guess, because you guys were talking about it all night. Lisa, I think you should do the activation as well. The light body activation. This will really help you as well. And the link for that is in the comments below. So yeah. Wow. Okay. All right. No. So if it's, and so Lisa, if there's anything else, please let me know. But I feel that that's the path for you, is to have a getaway, for yourself, to refocus your energies, and to even journal about what you want for yourself, and that will really help to focus the energies. Yeah. Okay. That's it. So yes, thank you guys so much for all of that. Thank you for your participation. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for your energy. Thank you um, for your light. Thank you for the energies. Thank you for your presence. Just thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And Miss Light Bright, Bright Light. It's my dear. When I see your name, two things I see: the old toy, Light Bright, the old Light Bright toy where you plug in the pins and Light Bright, and then the thing that comes up after that is Gremlins, which is Bright Light from Gizmo when he can't see bright light. So I guess the message here for you, my dear, is to remember your childhood, for you to remember to have more fun in your life, to explore that space, and to have that energy to be in that space, and to really commit to having that. But don't you guys leave so soon, because we're not done yet, because it's not it can't be a Friday night tune-up without the tune-up. But yeah, my dear, it is time for you to really step into your childlike wonder, and to allow the inner child to emerge, allow the inner child to guide you, to hold you, to play with you, or to play with her or him. I'm not sure if you're male or female, but yeah, just allow that connection with that inner child to really bloom, to really blossom, and then things are really going to begin to open up for you as you allow the childlike wonderment to take hold, and a new awareness will emerge from you. So yes, 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 yes. So, you guys, if there is not anything else, if there's nothing else, it's time for the tune-up. And next week when Rebecca's back, I'm going to make her do them all. I don't know if she's watching or not. I hope she's not. I hope she's resting. But if she is, love her, and you guys send her much love as she misses you all. But now it is time for this amazing, I don't know what's going to happen, but you guys know me. He's going to be amazing. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I guess he wants to be introduced. Indigo, you have to get this one. It's very hard to find, but you may be able to find it. I just picked up this one recently. I don't know if you can see it, because it is. I have my green screen on, and so this guy, just feel the power of that. And so Indigo, this is called Trollite, TROLL ERITE, Trollite. Yeah, it's a very hard crystal to find, but it's a very beautiful crystal, just the energy of it. And I forget, it's mixed with lazulite and 2 or 3 other crystals, but yeah, it's a blend. And so it's an amazing, amazing specimen. And so this guy will be with me for right now. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, if you're watching TV or if you guys are driving, or operating heavy machinery, whatever you're doing, you can put it on pause and allow yourself to take in a nice big deep breath and release. And just allow yourself to close your eyes and relax. And as you allow yourself to relax, just take this time now to allow whatever anxieties, whatever tensions, whatever lack-minded thoughts, anything that is causing you stress, anxiety, pain, trauma, whatever it is that is causing you uneasiness, dis-ease, or discomfort right now, allow this energy to come up, allow this energy to surface. Allowing this energy to come to the forefront of your being as you take it in just in a few deep breaths. Connecting to each one of you watching this now or later, or just simply listening to this. And as you have this energy now, the forefronts of your mind, of the forefronts of your being, we now begin to introduce this emerald crystalline light energy as it descends from below and descend from above and ascend from below, wrapping you up in this spiral-like crystalline energy. And the purpose of this energy, purpose of this emerald crystalline light is to bring you ease, comfort, more self-love, and appreciation. That regardless of what any situation is of your life, of your being now, that none of that matters as you allow yourself to give this energy away, to turn it over to yourself, to your soul, to the Creator, as you command your mastery, command this energy to take from you what you no longer desire, because it no longer serves you. And everyone just take a nice big deep breath. One more big breath. And allowing this emerald crystalline light to go deep within to the body, through the skin, all the way down through the muscles, through the organs, all the way down to the skeletal structure. Allowing this emerald green light to fill your presence, to fill your body, to fill you up with this divine love of self. Allowing you to create a new path of ease and comfort for yourself now. One more breath. And allowing this energy to expand out into your auric field, cleansing, repairing, nurturing this energetic space, bringing all energies back into balance, allowing you to step into the mastery of self. Allowing all energies to come back into center, divine balance and harmony with itself, as this emerald crystalline light recedes back into your heart chakra, recedes into this beautiful, loving space of unconditional love and acceptance of self. Because when you accept yourself, you'll be able to accept others as they are, allowing this divine love to bring harmony and synchronistic opportunities. As you follow this heart, as you follow this intuition, as you follow this space, as you follow this guidance, this awareness, as you play and connect with this beautiful divine energy, integrating those energies, integrating the heart, integrating the mind, integrating the soul, integrating the creator source, light energy. Allowing all energies to come back into center, into one, into whole. Allowing your heart to connect to your soul, to be free and sovereign. Allowing you to become aware of your physical body as you take in a nice big deep breath and slowly open your eyes. Coming back to you, coming back to center, coming back to now, coming back to the present moment. Being here, being now, being present, being you. Because that's what's important, is being yourself. And let all that no longer serves you fall away. And as you feel this energy integrate, remember to rest and hydrate as you are beginning to explore a new version of you. And Batman, I like and love your question. I need a mantra. How will I know what it should be? With mantras, they just show up. Just like affirmations, they just show up when they need us. I've had hundreds of affirmations, and mantras, and all different, and all at a particular time in my life. Half of them I don't even remember now, but it's it's what you need when you need it. So just allow for that energy to express itself when it needs to be expressed. Just like when crystals or energies or people call to you, there's a connection, and there's no. So just allow that connection to connect with you on whatever it is you need to connect with. And thank you, everyone. Thank you for your presence. Thank you, Batman. Thank you, Indigo. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Patty. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Mother of Messages. Thank you, Bright Light. Thank you, everyone, for taking time out of your night and your morning or wherever you're watching this. Thank you for taking the time to connect to this beautiful energy that is you, that is who you are. And until next week, everyone, it has been amazing. Just beautiful, 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 beautiful. Until next week, everyone, keep exploring.